Well, speaking of your man, we got a game this weekend. On Sunday, it's a rematch. Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the game is not as built up as it was that time of the year because it was for the division. But right now, the Eagles have some room, some room to spare for the division. Obviously, they got bigger things to think about. They think about number one seed. But the Commanders are in their way of their quest of getting a number one seed. So AJ, obviously, this is unfazed. Look at my background. Washington Commanders. Look, it's Philadelphia Eagles. We had to preview the game. It's our last time we're going to be speaking until Sunday. So we got to talk about the game. AJ, what do you expect from this game? The floor is yours. Go ahead. Talk.
Hey man, I feel another dub loading. I feel another dub load, man. But it is weird, man. I feel a little weird because this one seed for the NFC is getting a little dicey. It's a little weird at this point. It's like, do I want to win this game? You know what I mean? I'll get to that later. But we just talking about the game, and I know I'll get to it later. I'll explain more in depth later. But when it comes to this, man, if we just taking skill for skill, the way both teams have looked as of late, barbecue chicken. Like Cam said it best, man. Barbecue chicken. Now I will say this. Jaden has been playing very well as of late. I do like what I see from Jaden. We didn't get a chance to talk about y'all game. But for the most part, besides all the sacks, and I just think those are just young. I could break any tackle. I can make any play type mistakes. Like, besides that, he balling too. He playing at a high level. I give credit where it's due. You know, I think y'all defense stepping up. They getting crucial stops too. I thought the boy Rattler got thrown out there and just threw things for a loop on y'all, gave them a spark and made things closer than what it should have been. Y'all weren't prepared for that. I don't think anybody was really prepared for that. He came in and he was dealing. I mean, statistically, it wasn't crazy, but if you watch the game, he kind of was dealing and, you know, got them back in the game. And, bro, I thought my eyes were tripping at the end of that game where the clock stopped. I thought my eyes was tripping. I was like, yo, am I tripping? Like, is the clock stopped at 9 seconds right now? Now, I will say I can't stand when there's no punishment. And I get it. It's a football thing, right? I can't stand when there's no punishment for players who like lay on the opposing player so that they can't get up and like get the ball spiked like that. And I'm like, bro, that kind of irks me sometimes. Yep. Like, yo, come on now. So I felt like in a way it was kind of karma. It's like, okay, we're gonna stop the clock. Since you want to do that, we're gonna stop the clock, you know. But all in all, man, y'all pulled it out. And I'm not, if I'm a Commanders fan, I'm not tripping too much off that game. You know what I mean? Like it happens. I think y'all was looking ahead the same way we was looking ahead when we played the Panthers. And y'all almost got caught slipping, but y'all won the game. When it comes to Philly, though, we rolling. Joe, we rolling. And I just want to say about this Steelers game, bro. The Philadelphia Eagles have made statement wins throughout the season, I believe. I believe beating y'all was a statement game. I believe beating the Rams was a statement game. I think the biggest statement game was the Baltimore Ravens. That was a big-time win. But this was a statement game for QB1 Jalen Hurts. The disrespect been crazy, man. I just think the disrespect been crazy, man. And going into this game, after the Panthers game, everybody knows he didn't play well. And the part that bothers me about when Jalen doesn't play well is it goes from, you know, he just, you know, he had a bad game. He's not playing well. Straight to he trash. He mid. He this, he that. It's like he didn't give y'all numerous stretches of great football. He's giving y'all a full season of great football. He's giving y'all All-Pro, a Super Bowl, never not been to the playoffs. 9-win season before the 9-win team before the season, before Howie Roseman added all these pieces. And we gloss over that. Forget the All-Pros, forget the Pro Bowls, forget the awards, forget everything he's done. Let's just focus on this stretch of games or this moment right here where they're handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley. He's running the offense. We don't think he can throw. We don't think if you shut Saquon down, that's the game. Jalen Hurts can't beat you with his arm as if we haven't seen him do this before, Joe. So what does he do? You hear all the talk. Your own teammate, A.J. Brown, what we need to work on, passing. Your own teammate, what we need to work on, passing. Okay, cool. Let's come out here against one of the best defenses in the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everyone knows, right? Let's not everybody, you know, people going to act like their defense ain't that great. Now, watch. You know, the secondary ain't that good. Oh, they had injuries. Oh, they had this. Oh, they had that. Right? 335 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, QBR over 125. Sensational. Started the game 9 of 9. Joe, we scored points in the first quarter. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was just a statement win to show everybody, look, I'm still that dude in this league. I still can kill you if need be. It's just right now we got Saquon Barkley, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's a little easier to hand the ball off to Saquon and allow him to dominate a football game. It keeps our defense off the field. It keeps them fresh when they get back on the field. But all in all, man, he showed y'all he's still that dude. So going into this game, I see both quarterbacks are pretty hot. I think both teams are playing at a high level. I think the Eagles are playing at a higher level. You know, this game is on the road, but we have played really well on the road this season. Actually, some of our best games have been on the road this season if people really paid attention. So the same things that scared me before scare me now. You know, Jaden's mobility is crazy. I do think Terry's going to get more targets this game. I think he should.
He will.
I think they're going to move him around, put him on, move him over to Slay side. We know when he line up with Slay, it'd be a problem. I'm not gonna lie. When he lines up with Slay, I'm hoping Q follow him. I'll be happy to see that. You know what I mean? But I think y'all gonna play better than what y'all played like last game. But I expect us to offensively play better too. I got the Birds walking away with a win, man. Somewhere around, I say, a similar score to what I predicted for the Steelers game, probably 28. I'll say 28-20.
Close game.
Yep.
I'm late to this party. Off topic, 1 second. I'm late to this party, but I just saw that Michael Penix is starting over Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, it was about time. About time.
Wow. Okay. If I'm an Eagles fan, I'll be very confident about this game too. Because the Eagles, they are looking like the best team in the NFL. You know, I do think yesterday was I keep saying yesterday. I do think Sunday was a statement win for the Eagles. Pittsburgh really does have a good defense. Although the offense couldn't do nothing, you know, y'all showed that y'all are the number one defense in the NFL week after week, especially what y'all did to the Baltimore Ravens, keeping them out the end zone. That's y'all bread and butter. You know, some teams might can move the ball in y'all, but y'all do a great job keeping people out the end zone. And the Steelers were forcing turnovers early. They just couldn't capitalize on them. And then they had a stupid penalty, which I thought that was I thought should have went both ways, but it's all good. You know, refs happen, right? It's part of the game. But the Eagles, like you said, they complain about. Let me say this, AJ. Everybody wants a villain.
Okay.
You know, if somebody hating on you, it just motivates you more to just do more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember I heard stories of the GOAT, Michael Jordan, and he said that he used to like they'll be playing in the middle of the game, and he'll be like, "What you say, my mother?" Like,
right.
Like make stuff up in his head just to create an enemy. I remember Shaquille O'Neal used to dominate David Robinson, and then he told people that David Robinson didn't give him an autograph when he was a kid. And they kind of found out that never happened. He just mad because David Robinson won the scoring title that year when he dropped 72 in one game and took it from Shaq. He was mad since, and every time he saw David Robinson, he dominated him. He had to create a villain in his head. Mm-hmm. That's what the Eagles did.
With the media?
I mean, AJ Brown comes out and say the passing. Not passing game, the passing. Brandon Graham comes out and I don't know if they still friends. And then we like, everybody like, oh, snap, what's going on? And then they do a little kid and play in the end zone. What was that about? Just to tell the media to shut up. What? How about you tell Brandon Graham to shut up? Like, so I get it. I understand it. As a competitor, you want to be that. It's better to be an underdog. When people pick, don't pick for, when people, it's easier to win as an underdog than the favorite. When everybody picking you, it's like, okay, now the expectations are high.
Yep, the pressure's on.
But nobody picking you. It's like, they ain't pick us. Let's go out there and show them. So I thought the Eagles did that. But back to the topic at hand. My boy Jaden Daniels. I'm going to keep reminding you, he would never have a game like this ever in his career. I mean, this season. He hit his ceiling.
I think at the time I was talking about a stretch, like him playing this off for a stretch. But I'll give it to you. I mean,
it's 2 games.
I gotta go back. I gotta rewind the clip. To confirm exactly what I said. But I got you.
It was mainly about the high percentage. Like you're like, you know what I mean? 2 games in a row, 80% plus. Only QB in rookie history to have 4 of those games in his rookie year. Only one. So what I like about this Commanders team, I'm seeing now they're giving him more freedom. They letting him drop back more. You know what I mean? Right? It's not a lot of, they let them loose. It's kind of like they took Michael Parsons' advice. Michael Parsons comes out and said, well, he was in the fourth quarter, then he let him do that more. Let him loose. Now, the offensive line was a struggle against the Saints. I saw a stat. The Saints, they said points per game, they had the second best defense since week 10. I was like, dang. Right? So, and it showed like they defensive line, AR defensive line. And they got Chase Young out there. They still got what's his name? The vet. I can't think of his name right now. But I can't think of his name.
Cam?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, Cam. I think Cam. So they got a decent defense, and they got DeMario Davis, right? They got a great defensive line, and it showed. But y'all do too. Y'all secondary AJ is playing lights out, but the key to y'all secondary is it's a D line, and the linebackers too. But the D line is allowing y'all to only rush 4, and y'all could drop back those 2 safeties, and then But teams aren't able to run consistently on y'all, and that's the key. When I feel like if a team could run consistently on y'all, like be able to have a good success in y'all on the running game, they can do good in the passing game. And I feel like this game we're not going to have a good rushing game. I feel like you guys can do a good job against our running attack, because our O line is I mean, what I saw from the last Eagles game, these last couple, against the Saints, it didn't look too good. But I do believe Jaden Daniels will be much better. Like I said, when he plays out the first time, and I believe, based on what I saw, I know we see 2 different things, that he just, I don't know, like I couldn't recognize him. He didn't look. I don't know if he was uncomfortable. I don't know what it was.
He didn't look ready for the moment.
That's the first. No, really, it's the first time that I said this dude is not ready for the moment. Kind of like how you felt when Jalen Hurts went to the Jets last. Remember that they went to the Jets and you said, "Yo, it's the first time
last year
I think Jalen Hurts is rattled." You said something like that, right? And that's how I feel about Jaden Daniels against y'all. Like I couldn't recognize him. I'm like, dude, he's wide open. Do it. The fact that he didn't throw it to Terry McLaurin, not at all. I mean, it's like, only one time, like, what are you doing? It's Terry McLaurin. And ever since that Cowboys game, he been just chugging it to Terry McLaurin.
He has.
So he will get opportunities. Now, I'm going to pick us to win. And I'm going to be honest. A lot of it is because of my fandom. It's probably because of my fandom. I'm going to roll with my dogs. I'm not going to pick Philly Green. What's wrong with y'all? And y'all coming to our house? I'm not going to pick y'all against us. Come on now. Now, what I want to see from this game, obviously I want to see a win. But what I really want to see from this game is, I know it sounds so cliche, but how we look in this game. Do we get dominated by the Eagles? Or do we make this an actual game? Because although it was a 1-score game last time, y'all broke away on the 2-score lead. And even though before that 2-score lead, our offense was non-existent. We had like a couple of drives, I think one after the first half, the first drive after the halftime, and we had our first touchdown drive. Outside those 2 drives, we really didn't have a good drive. So, but I do expect Jaden Daniels to be much better this game. I do expect us to drop back more this game versus doing all this trickery and all this stuff like this. So, and he been running the ball good too. Last week, although he got sacked a lot, and you're right, most of his sacks was just him trying to make a play.
Yeah,
a lot of those he could have threw it away, and he probably watching like completion percentage. I'm like, he probably watching that.
Maybe.
But 11, but he got 66 rushing yards. He broke out for a long run too. How long was that? 20-something yard run. So I think Jaden Daniels will be much better this game, and I think our defense will play well too. I thought we did a good job against y'all the first game. Then Saquon Barkley just broke the game, but I think our defense has improved. With Marshall Lattimore, by the way, 0 targets, AJ.
He did. Yep. He
0 targets. 0 targets. Now
he's gonna get targeted this week.
This is a second and third string quarterback. We talking about Philly, so he will get targeted. So I got us in the win, and I'm gonna go 24-21.
You got him scoring 24.
24-21. And I know in the comments, we ain't allowing 20 points.
I mean,
I think
because we ain't gave up over 20 in a good minute. I had to go back through and look, but it's been a good minute. I think we gave up 20 once since the bye week. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, like I said, I do think Jaden is going to play better this game. I think also Thursday night games are weird, bro. Like the preparation time goes down. Y'all had a tough game the game before, I believe, against Pittsburgh too. And Philadelphia, even though they was able to bench their starters in the fourth, I mean, it's still a Thursday night game at the end of the day that you got to quick turnaround time for. So I felt like both teams, especially offensively, struggled. I think both offenses will be better. Like I even though I know y'all defense has improved with Marshawn Lattimore, I find it hard to believe after what we just saw against Pittsburgh, Hurts can't come out and do it again against you guys. Like I said before, it's just about finding that rhythm. If he's not in rhythm, it's tough. But if he can come out and get in rhythm early and still balance that with the rushing attack, the offense is extremely hard to beat. It's extremely hard to stop. And so I favor us. But back to this 1 seed talk for a hot second, because I am at this point in the season, Super Bowl. That's all I'm thinking about. Super Bowl. I ain't think about nothing else. I'm trying to, what is the best route to get to the Super Bowl? And I'm thinking, man, so we 15-2, the Vikings are 15-2, the Detroit Lions are also 15-2. But in order to get the 1 seed, we need both of them to lose a game. And we got to win out. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, how do you play week? Say we beat y'all, and then we come around, we the following week we beat the Cowboys, right?
I see where you're going.
You coming down to the wire is week 18. Say you need the Vikings to lose. They've lost the game, but you also need the Lions to lose, and they haven't lost the game.
They play each other.
What happens if the Lions win that game? The Lions are the 1 seed in the conference. Now, if you play your starters in week 18, hoping that the Vikings win and the Vikings lose, you get no break. And my biggest thing is health and just getting that rest before the start of the playoffs. I want it to come through Philly, but I feel like in the NFC Championship game, I trust them to go on the road to win. The thing that makes me most nervous is injuries, is health, is having the win to get it done, because that's another 3-4 games. Now, if you get to the Super Bowl, that's 2 weeks. But it's 3 games to get to that point. 3 playoff games. So I'm just like, or you could lose to the Commanders. If you lose to the Commanders, you're still going to lock up the division the following week to the Cowboys. And then the rest of your guys week 18. We're not even going to put them out there. That's our bye week. That's why I'm feeling a little iffy about it. I feel like the Eagles are going to play it down to the wire. I feel like they're not going to try to obviously throw any games. They're going to try to beat y'all. They're going to beat Dallas. And then they're going to have to reevaluate that final week to see what it's looking like. But like, I'm looking at the Vikings schedule. The Vikings got the Seahawks and the Packers before they play Detroit. I know they're going to take an L somewhere. They have to. They have to. They have to. The Vikings, though, the Lions, they got the Bears, the Niners before they play the Vikings. They could very well be undefeated by the time they see. So it's a very sticky situation, bro. And that's why I said earlier, I don't even know if I want us to beat y'all. Plus, you have the mindset of that's 10 straight wins, bro. Don't pick the wrong time to take one. You know what I mean? Don't pick the wrong time to take one. And that's the postseason. So my head is everywhere. I'm thinking Super Bowl, but I feel like either way, the coaching staff, they know what they're doing. I'm gonna trust they know what they're doing. But as a fan, that's what my head is saying. And I also want to say before I pitch this back to you, this is way off topic.
Hold on, before I want to just respond real quick. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So like, okay, let's say y'all lose to us, right? Let's say, okay, you know what, Joe? I think we should lose to y'all. It might be better for us in the long run. Would it though? Because losing to us gives us more confidence if we play y'all again in the playoffs. Because let's look like the matchup. The matchup is looking like us against y'all. Now I know you looking probably like, yeah, our Ross says we're a better team than them. We're gonna win, lose, or draw this week. We're gonna beat them in the playoffs. It's football, baby. It's football.
I mean, but my retort is, which one is worse? To go into the playoffs 2-0 against y'all, or to go into the playoffs 1-1? We go into the playoffs 2-0. It's hard to beat the team 3 times. On the flip side, I'm just saying.
Lose, basically, right?
Either way, if we play y'all, we gonna beat y'all. Like, I'm not too concerned. I'm just thinking like outside of my fandom for a moment right now. You know what I mean? Outside of just being a pure Eagle fan, I feel like no matter what, they're gonna find a way to get it done. I'm just thinking like, what's my thought process is what's the best possible route, and I'm feeling like I wouldn't be mad if we just locked into this 2 seed. We literally need the Lions to lose to either the Bears or the Niners, and I don't know how that happens, bro.
Think about it. The
And the
Bears
way the
almost beat
Vikings,
them
right, and that's true, but it's
in
Chicago,
Detroit.
bro. I know, bro.
Last
But
year, Chicago beat them in Chicago
I know, bro.
late
But
in the
bro,
season too.
I know, bro. But the way Chicago be playing, bro,
I know, right?
it's so hard, bro. It's hard to have any type of faith in them.
Yeah,
Even when they get close, they find a way to smoke the games off, bro. Whether it be a Hail Mary or we just forgot to call a timeout as the clock dwindles down. Like they just find weird ways to lose games. So it's
you
hard
don't
for
think
me
the
to
49ers are capable?
bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like Debo out here dropping passes, bro. I don't expect him to play
Yeah,
that bad
bro.
again, bro. But
And you know what's crazy? If it comes down to that last game, they're gonna make that the Sunday night game, Minnesota versus Detroit,
bro,
before you
or
after that game.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you if the Eagles win up to that point, and it comes down to whoever wins their game is gonna get the 1 seed. They're gonna put the games at the same time. That's
No,
what they're
no,
gonna
no.
do.
Minnesota gonna be Sunday night.
Is it scheduled already?
No. Nobody's scheduled for that Sunday night.
Okay.
They always pick the most like intriguing game. Like last year, it was the Dolphins and Bills because that was for the division.
Right.
So
But you know how
this
they
for
like
number one seed.
I know, but you know how they like to play it. I don't think the NFL likes when the other team knows mid game
But
or
y'all
like
have
goes
nothing to
into the
do.
we
Y'all would
would.
have nothing to do with it though.
Yes, we would. If we went out and the Vikings have a loss at that and the Vikings lose one of these next 2 games and beat the Lions and we win, we get the 1 seed. So we need both of them to lose the game, essentially. Like I said, so if the Vikings lose to the Seahawks or it's the Seahawks or the Packers, if they lose one of those games, right? And let's say the Lions win against the Bears and the 49ers, but they lose to the Vikings, that brings them both down to 14-3, the Eagles and 15-2. That's if they went out.
Hold on real quick. Who did the Vikings lose to this year so far? They lost
The
to the Rams.
it was the Rams and real quick, I'm scrolling.
They beat the Packers.
The
Who they
Rams
lose
and
to?
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
They lost to Detroit.
Yeah. And the Lions lost to the Bills.
Yep.
So you're right. Even if they beat Detroit, Detroit would win the division.
I think so.
Because Detroit
They got a
lost to an
better.
AFC team.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you're right. If that's the case, then yeah, they might do that.
Vikings in that case, I didn't even think about that. Vikings in that case, I know we going on and on about this, but
No,
I'm
it's
thinking
fine.
I'm thinking playoff picture, y'all in it too. But like if that's the case and they know they can't win a division and they're locked into the 5th seed, they might not even have any incentive to really play that tough in that game.
Nah, you're right. You're right
So
about
then
that.
it's like, but knowing the Vikings or knowing the NFL, they're not gonna let you know that until the game. You ain't gonna know until the game start if they're gonna bench their guys. But just imagine imagine we hypothetically speaking, bro. Don't wish this on the team, obviously, but imagine we throw our guys that are trying to win that last game to get that 1 seed. Somebody get hurt, and then we don't. And somebody get hurt, we win the game and still don't get the 1 seed, bro.
Didn't that happen to Jalen Hurts last year against the Giants? They didn't hurt his finger.
Well, we did. Yeah, last game, and AJ got hurt. So
Saquon got a history,
bro. I'm thinking about all of this, bro. I'm thinking.
You know what? What they might do? It all depends. If the Ravens, I'm looking at the Week 18 schedule, right?
Yeah.
If the Ravens beat Pittsburgh this week, nah. I'm trying to think of some potential games. That Minnesota and that look like the game that they're gonna broadcast that night, unless they do Bengals and Steelers. Like I said, Bengals had an opportunity to win and get in. They might do that game, but that Vikings and Lions game look like the Sunday night game.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they. I have a feeling, bro. I've seen them do it before. They schedule the games at the same time, bro.
But to answer your question, though, I think y'all should just try to. I mean, obviously,
I think so too.
I would try to win out.
Yeah, I'm saying
keep the mojo. You
Yeah,
got the yeah. I mean, since Nick Sirianni cut his hair, y'all been undefeated.
that's facts. And
You know,
I got the same thought process too. It's just that last
as
week
a
of the season is gonna be as a fan,
yeah, I got you.
that
Scenario
last week
wise,
of
yeah.
yeah, scenario wise, that last week of the season is tough, bro. Because I just wouldn't like going into the playoffs. We 15-2. We haven't had a bye week since week 4, bro. And we 15-2 on a win streak going into the playoffs with no bye, bro. I
Mm.
just think that's tough, bro. Home field is gonna play a part for sure. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. If God, I mean, I don't know. They professional athletes, so maybe they don't need the rest. I don't know.
And
But
real quick, um, about our game, second
mhm.
time around too. It's the second time around, man. One thing I know about Dan Quinn, I'm not hanging my hat on it, but history tells me when he was with Dallas, they did a lot better job than y'all on the second time around than the first time around. That's all I gotta say.
But the second time around, as far as what exactly?
When they play y'all,
Oh,
the second time around, obviously I had Gardner Minshew.
right,
But
right.
but last year, the first time y'all played, y'all won. But the second time, they dominated y'all
They did.
defensively.
They did. They had a
You
day.
know, I feel like Dan Quinn does a good job with Jalen Hurts.
I still feel like that personnel is a little different, and we were in a weird spot at that time too in the season. You know what I mean? No excuses, but I'm just saying.
I
I
mean,
think
the
this year is a
personnel was
little.
looking pretty decent.
But see, this is the thing. He played us really well the first time. Dan Quinn played
He
Hurts really
did.
well the first time.
It was
So
Dak
like,
Prescott,
if
big foot.
anything, well, no, I'm talking about the Commanders game. Dan
Oh
Quinn played us.
yeah. Did you hear?
Yeah. He
He
played us.
did.
He played Hurts tough this game. So I'm like, I sense a bounce back game for him. I do it against y'all,
What hurt us
especially
the
if he got
first
it
game
going.
was our offense.
You said what?
What hurt us the first game was our offense.
That's true.
Like I
That's
look
true.
at the Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh couldn't capitalize on nothing the defense did. Nothing. Every time they got a stop, they got a turnover, they couldn't capitalize on it. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like no pressure. Not saying like y'all offense lights out, but it was like no pressure because the defense manhandled. I mean, yards they had in the first quarter? 2?
Something like that.
They had
Yeah.
2 yards in the first quarter, something like that. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
3 and out. They got to force a fumble, 3 and out. I'm like, dang, all the momentum just went away just like that. So, but hey, we're gonna see. I'm gonna be in the chats. You
Oh yeah,
know,
for sure. I'm gonna be there as well. You know, representing. I
Sunday.
got my city on right now. I got my city on, but it's green. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, and
green.
they playing the NBA Cup right now.
Yeah, I think they are. Oh
The
yeah, you know that's
champion.
the team I picked to go to the finals anyway. So you
Oh,
know,
you picked them?
I did. I picked them to go to the finals versus the Wolves. I don't know how that's gonna end up
Oh
right
yeah,
now, but
Wolves.
that was my finals pick. So
Dang, the Wolves ain't make it to the tournament. Dang.
man, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
All right. So yeah, hey Kev, I just had to throw it out there, man. I knew he was going. I had to throw it out there. History, you know, history lesson with Dan Quinn.
It should be a good one. Who? Last quick before we quickly move on. Your quick take on like the player of the game for your team if your team wins.
Is that a
Jaden,
question?
I might go with Saquon again. I ain't gonna lie.
If my team win, Jalen Daniels. That's why we gonna win. Like, unless we
I mean,
force some turnovers.
I'm about to say it could have been Lattimore. You could be like, man, Lattimore
Yeah,
finna have a day. Yeah.
man, if Lattimore get a pick, bro, I'm going crazy in that chat.
I feel you.
Especially especially the ball go to AJ Brown.
I'm a roll. I'm a roll with Saquon again. I'm a roll with Saquon, but I think Hurts does have another good game though. But I think Saquon's impact is gonna be bigger.
One thing about Hurts, I will say, it's like if Jalen Daniels has a good game, Jalen Hurts will
You gonna
like
match it.
he's going to like live up. You know what I mean? I give him that. You know,
Bro.
but Jaden, man, like this game's going to tell me a lot about my boy. This is a playoff game. Like for real, it's like kind of a playoff game. We need this game because the Bucks are like Bucks and Falcons are
Yeah.
like right behind us.
They hanging around.
You know, like not forget the Falcons, the Bucks and the Rams, the Seahawks, all them, they right there.
Yeah.
We got to keep it moving. And we trying to get to
Yeah.
11. We trying to get to 11-12 win. We haven't had an 11 win season, AJ, since 1991.
That's wild. That's wild.
So yeah.
The Raiders. What is going on? What is going on?
Right,
What, man? Hey, that was one of your teams though. You was on them
man.
about their defense though. It was about their
I
defense.
was rooting for him last night. I just need him to be better than embarrassed. Like, be better than your other squad.
Man, honestly,
All
and
right.
they are. I feel like they are. Smitty
So
is Kev's player of the game.
Smitty does good against us though. I give him that. Did Smitty play last time? He did play.
Last game, yeah, he did. He
Dang,
did.
yeah, the whole squad there, right?
Yeah, man. Offensively, we struggled, bro. It was a weird night. But we gonna be
At
better.
home.
We gonna be better. We gonna be better.
At home. In the link. Dang.
Yeah.
All
No.
right. So let's get to these pickles, man.